It is Burgash's turn. He is not bloodied yet, but he sees he is quickly getting surrounded and overwhelmed. He is going to use Lay on Hands on himself. He places his hand on the wound that he does have. He heals himself for 10 hit points, so he goes back to 34 hit points. He imbues his bastard sword with a prayer known as Bless Weapon. Divine radiance shimmers through his weapon, and it basically has a minor enchantment for this encounter now. And with his attack, he's going to go ahead and use Valiant Strike at the zombie. He has +4 on this attack between the fact that he's surrounded by 3 enemies plus his Bless Weapon. He swings at the zombie that's grabbing him. That is a 25 versus the zombie's AC. Definitely hits. That is 9 damage versus plus 9 radiant damage. He slashes into that zombie deep. That zombie is bloodied. Some just nasty pus and old organs begin kind of spilling out of its side. Farai, go ahead and move. She still stays in the darkness. She is going to cast a very powerful spell that she knows. It is called Dragon Fang Bolt. She makes a few arcane gestures and shouts loudly, holding her hands powerfully in front of her. From both palms fire what appears to be fangs made of arcane energy. One of the fangs shoots through the air and pierces straight through the zombie's skull. It falls over dead. The other one streaks towards the bandit. It strikes him. It stabs him deeply for 14 damage, and he is now poisoned from the Dragon Fang Bolt. The shambling, poorly held together zombies, the zombie minions, are now going to attempt to attack Burgash. One rolls a natural 1 on the d20, so it's an automatic miss. The other one rolls a 23 versus Burgash's AC. That's a hit. The zombie pummels Burgash with its rotted fist and does 5 damage to him. He is now down to 29 hit points. The other one engages Farai. It doesn't have any trouble sensing her in the darkness there. It swings. That's a 10 versus Faralai's AC. No hit. Okay, the Mage is going to again cast that Force Missile. That's a 19 versus Burgash's Reflex. He once again is hit by that. 9 force damage. Burgash is down to 20 hit points. The Mage moves back behind that stone altar and yells for the Cloaked Man. "Get over here! Protect me!" The man, first of all, he begins his turn and takes 5 poison damage, ongoing. He's poisoned by Faralai's Dragon Fang Bolt. That actually bloodies him. He sort of like has a little pang there. He does not feel so good. He throws his final, I believe his final dagger at Burgash. That's a 14 versus Burgash's AC. No hit. The Cloaked Man moves closer to the evil Mage. He makes a saving throw at the end of his turn to get rid of the poison, and he fails. Okay. Burgash's turn. He turns to face the 2 lesser zombies. He opens his mouth wide and uses his dragon breath. A gout of fire blasts from Burgash's mouth. That attacks both of those zombies. First one is 24 versus its reflex hit. Second one is 14 versus its reflex. It is also a hit. They're not very quick to avoid this. The fire just whips through those zombies, burning and charring any, parts that are holding them together, and they pretty much just fall to the ground smoking. They're out of there. Burgash is now going to move, and he actually still has his standard action. He is going to use Valiant Strike against the Cloaked Man with the daggers and the mace. He's attacking with Valiant Strike. He has +2 on his attack here. The attack is 19 versus AC. That is definitely a hit. He rolls an impressive 15 damage plus 5 radiant, and that's going to be enough to take out that man. Burgash will choose to go ahead and knock him out because he probably has some useful information. So that bandit guy is knocked out. Farai is right up next to that zombie where she doesn't like to be. She's going to use her spell Stormwalk. You hear a low rumbling sound as arcane energy just ripples through her body. She just channels it. She first of all swiftly shifts back 1 square, and then a blast of thunder comes forth. This is a 16 versus the zombie minion's fortitude. That's a hit. It just like slightly explodes from the inside and falls over to the ground. Farai will take her move action. She'll go up to there, again trying to keep some measure of cover. The mage is not very happy at all. He looks quite infuriated. He moves to the top of that chamber there, trying to get a better position of attack. This cannot end now. Not this way. My work, my progress. I will make you pay. The mage casts a spell. Lightning ripples and dances along his staff. It shoots out, dancing among the 2 PCs back and forth with bolts of rippling lightning. There's an attack of 14 versus Burgash's reflex. That is a hit. And 17 to Farai. They both are hit. They cannot quite dodge out of the way of this dancing lightning. That's 9 lightning damage to Burgash. He is now at 11. He is bloodied. And 6 to Farai. That's the first time she's taken damage. She's at 26? Yes. Okay, Burgash is bloodied. The evil mage seems pretty happy that he hit both of them there. It is the bandit's turn, who's unconscious, and unfortunately he still has that poison. So, probably unknowing to Burgash, he actually just died there from the poison. It is back to Burgash's turn. He will move adjacent to the mage. He is going to use his prayer, Divine Pursuit. He attacks the mage, and he's using this power because it's going to knock the mage back, and he's going to try to knock the mage into that fire brazier back there. That is an attack of 23 versus the mage's AC. Definitely a hit. That deals 19 damage plus 5 radiant. The mage is bloodied, and he gets flung back. He gets to make a saving throw to avoid being thrown into the fire. He makes his save, so instead of going into the fire, he actually just gets knocked to the ground, and Burgash actually gets to shift up next to him as part of that power. It is Faralai's turn. She decides she wants to end this. She's going to cast her Dragon Frost. A whipping gust of frost comes out from her outstretched palms. She gets -2 because the mage is prone. She still hits. That's 22 to the fortitude. The mage gets lifted up and blasted back. 10 cold damage. Saving throw to avoid. That's a fail. The mage goes into the brazier. Ah! He takes 8 fire damage, and he is out for the count. Burgash still wants to be able to talk to these people. He tries to pull the mage out of the flames before he completely burns to death. He makes a strength check to do that. That is an 8. He fails. He can't quite pull him out in time. And again, the mage takes some more fire, and he's starting to smell bad as burnt hair and cloth and skin begins wisping up out of the brazier. And that would be it. The party has achieved victory, but they have accidentally killed both of their main foes. So whatever secrets and information they might have had have died with them. And Burgash probably kind of shakes his head, knowing that the temple might regard him as being a bit reckless on this task. But the party must decide what to do next. Do they want to keep exploring the dungeon? Do they want to search for the mage's necromantic ritual that he might have used to create these zombies? If they find it, what will they do with it? Might there be other corpses being animated? The choices are theirs. For now, they have won the day.